Okay, so today I'm going to show you how this raw is going to be turned into this finished product in Photoshop. This is in response to a TikTok I made of an edit and people asking for a tutorial. Here is said tutorial slash walkthrough that I've tried to record so many times and I just keep not being satisfied with it. But that's me having imposter syndrome. Anyway, that's a microphone in case you're wondering. I'm doing my best here to make this look good for you, and I hope that you can follow along. So, first step, open Photoshop, click open, and select your image. This is my raw photo. Some context to the photo: I saw this woman sitting on this ledge in Berlin the other day. She was reading a book. I thought it looked like a scene from a movie, so we're going to be trying to edit this as if it's a scene from a movie, a little bit dramatic, add some drama, you know? So this is the camera raw plugin from Photoshop. It knows that this is a raw photo, so it lets you edit it before you take it into Photoshop. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to click open, and as you can see, it opened the crop tool right away, which is great because I like to start editing my photos by cropping and cleaning up the image. So first step, cropping the image. Like I said, I thought this looked like a scene from a movie, so I chose the aspect ratio 2.39 by 1. That's what's used in cinema sometimes. So this looks like a movie still if you use that aspect ratio. Speaking of aspect ratios, I made a PDF cheat sheet for you with all these social media aspect ratios and resolutions so that you can, figure out which size your image should be for which social media platform. And I also made a PDF checklist, sort of step-by-step walkthrough of my edit process that you can use side by side while you're editing to make sure you don't forget anything. Both of those linked in the description. So, got my crop, make sure it's straight, and click enter, and this is the photo that we're going to be working with. So first off, I'm going to click on the background layer, click Command J. You can also see what I'm doing in the corner on the left bottom. Then I'm going to rename this remove so we know what we're doing. Click M for the marquee tool, which is like a selection tool that does squares. Hold shift and just like select everything that I want removed. So I don't like these lamps, don't like this woman, I also don't like this little square. I'm going to select that, click generative fill, type remove and press enter. And now we wait while AI does all the work for us. Great stuff. And there you go, that actually looks really good. It gives us 3 options. I like the second one the best, I think, so we're going to leave that. And then make a new layer, Shift Option Command N, and then stamp everything we've done so far. So Shift Option Command E. Now we have a new layer, can be background 2, whatever. Actually I'm going to call it camera raw, and turn it into a smart object. I'll explain why in a second. Then Shift Command A to open a camera raw filter, and we're going to do all our basic adjustments now to make this photo look better. Add a little bit of spice. add some spice, whatever. We're gonna make it look better, okay? So it's too bright right now for the vibe I'm going for. So I want more contrast. Maybe like that. It's a lot of contrast, but that's good. I want some more whites. Some more highlights. Decrease the shadows by a bit because it's too light. I'm also out of breath because I don't talk to a camera ever, so please excuse that. And just focus on the Photoshop because that's what we're here for. Add some whites. That looks pretty good, a little dramatic. Then for the temperature, bring that down a little bit. I want it to be more green like that. Add some more color using vibrance. You have vibrance and saturation. Vibrance leaves the skin colors alone more so and sort of targets the unsaturated areas more, and saturation just boosts everything. So if like saturation boosts your skin color too, vibrance doesn't really affect it as much. So we're gonna go for like 25 vibrance. And then in effects, I like to decrease the clarity a lot. Take away the texture, but then add back in the texture. But here you can see the difference. It's like, you might think it looks better with more clarity. I'm gonna add some back later, but for now, I think this looks good. Maybe we'll do, if we zoom in, some noise reduction in detail. Get like, 20. There's some color noise reduction too, because this is very cropped in, so the quality is kind of bad. Click OK, and now we have our first image. Okay, at this point, you might want to take like a 10-minute break, do anything else that's not this image, because at this point, you might think this looks great, and then you come back in 10 minutes and you're like, it's way too green, it's way too dark, it's way too bright, whatever. Take a second, come back later, continue. Also, pro tip, if you have a MacBook, make sure to put your color profile of your display on photography or P3, D65. Make sure that it's sort of calibrated so that it looks the same when you export it to social media and stuff. Make sure you don't have things like night shift on, because it's going to mess with the colors. Anyway, moving on. The next step is to see if we're still satisfied after the 10-minute break. If not, this is why we made it a smart object, so we can double click the camera raw filter and make adjustments. I'm still satisfied. I do want to brighten up the subject, so I'm going to make a new layer again, stamp it, and select our subject. Go to the quick selection tool. Up here, click cloud for detailed results. It's better. Click select subject. Wait a second, and then do Shift Command A to, still out of breath, this is ridiculous, how do people do this? So here we have a camera raw filter only focusing on our subject, so I'm gonna just like brighten her up a little bit, brighten up the shadows, maybe decrease the blues because her jacket looks blue now and I kind of want it to be black. And maybe add a bit more saturation to her skin. So that's before and after. Click OK. This is going to be the subject layer. And then I'm going to do one more camera raw filter called Final Touches. Turn that into a smart object. And then Command Shift A for the second camera raw filter. Now for this one, I'm gonna just basically go through it again, see if I like it any differently than I did before. So I still think it's kind of bright. Add a little bit more contrast. I want the highlights to really pop. Something like that. Bring up the shadows. The whites a little bit. Raise the blacks a little bit, and then in the effects, I think I want some clarity back, like I said before. Don't want to overdo that. Do want to decrease the texture a little bit now. I think that looks good. And then dehaze. You can add haze, or you can dehaze. I'm gonna dehaze. And that's before and after. I like that already. I'm gonna mess with the colors a little bit. I'm gonna add some orange to the red, some yellow to the oranges, some green to the yellows, some orange to the yellows actually. A lot of yellow to the greens. Something like that. Some more to the aquas. I'm kind of trying to get a bit more of a fall vibe than just a cold. So adding some yellow to the greens and some orange to yellows is sort of achieving that more fall vibe. And then I also want to decrease saturation of the blues a little bit more. Yeah, I think I'm satisfied with that. So press OK. So now take another 10-minute break, come back, see if you like it, make any adjustments if you need to, and if you are satisfied, like I am, go to File, export, export as. You can refer to the cheat sheet that is in the description to find the right dimensions. I'm not going to upload this anywhere right now, so for me, just the biggest size as possible is good. Click export, pick a location, click save, and you're done. One more time, if I hold option and click here, this is the before, this is the after, and if you have any questions, let me know. I can do more in-depth videos on specific tools or specific tricks, but this is overall how I edit my photos. So yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.